Okay, so here goes, right? So, right now, I'm doing something extremely nerve-wracking for me, and I thought I would record it. I don't know if I'm going to post it, but if you're seeing this, hi. So, over my pretty much from my 20s to now, have gone through different metamorphosis of change. I've grown, I have learned different things in order to grow. I have healed, I have overcome, I have been taught by some of the best teachers that I have ever experienced. And I wrote it mostly all down. I and it's wild how I wrote it mostly all down. When I started communicating with my spirits and spirit team and spirit realm, I wrote it down. I wrote it all down. I feel like a nervousness in the pit of my stomach. I wrote it all down. And as you can see by a lot of my videos, I have redone the studio. I redid the studio, and it's more space. I got rid of a lot of stuff that was no longer useful. I got rid of stuff that I couldn't clear the energy from. I just had to get rid of it. So the energy is clear in my studio. So now we're going into the heart of my studio and my temple, which is where I keep my knowledge, where I'm so freaked out. I keep my knowledge, and I keep the stuff that I've learned. I keep my notebooks. I have so much notebooks, that are filled with information, with poems, with, you know, um, different guidance systems that I put in place, that were put in place for me, that I channeled, that I learned going to church, that I learned in the midst of a storm. I'm about to cry. In the midst of a storm, I there's oh my god, I'm about to cry. Okay, there is there are books, there are pages in these books where it was just me and God. It was just the God in me and me being God. And there's information in these books of when I was broken. When the world caved in. Oh, I can't believe I'm crying on TikTok and YouTube. Um, but yeah, when the world caved in, there. But if you turn the page, you'll see where the spirit talked, and it showed me where I am and what to do and how to maneuver and how to get stuff done. There's a book in here somewhere of the course I took um for having a kid um who was diagnosed as autistic. There's a book in here. There's a notebook in here with stuff on how to survive a toxic environment. There are different notebooks in here with so much knowledge on just like spiritual stuff, on how to, you know, be an overcomer, how to be more than a conqueror. There's so many books in here, and I'm terrified to. This is the last part of the studio that needs to be organized and cleaned out, and you know, and it's the one I've been procrastinating on the longest. And when my spirit asked me, well, why are you taking so long to do this? And it's because I was scared, still am scared, to face who I was, you know, who I was, who I needed to be. Um, I'm scared to read how broken I was. I'm scared to read and remember the pain, even though I know I'm not there anymore. I am nowhere near there anymore. But it's time to clean it out. It's time to clean it out, clean it up, and package it so it could help someone else, because it helped me. It got me, got me to where I am, right? So there's a purpose for it. There was a purpose for the pain. There was a purpose for me to have to go through what I went through. Don't get it twisted. It's not all, oh my God, my life. You know, there's stuff in here on the dimensions, on how to, what dimension does what. There are different stuff in here. There is a shit ton of stuff on astrology that I learned from the teacher that I had. You know, there's a bunch of stuff from astrology. There's stuff on how to meditate. There's stuff on how to talk to your spirits. They're different. It's not all bad. You know, it's not all bad. You know, and it's even the other stuff. It's not bad. It's just, it made me nervous to go back and remember. You know, it's making me a little nervous, and it took me a minute to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and it's time um to open up the archives, I guess is what you call it. You know, the written archives, because I have video archives as well, which I haven't gotten to. That's like digital cleaning, so this is physical cleaning. So I'm probably going to, and I always say probably because sometimes I don't want to say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I don't. I might not. It depends on how I move. It depends on how the spirit moves. I may read to you what I found or what I saw, and make videos on it, and so it can help someone, you know. So that's the part of the journey we're on now. We're opening up the archives, and I'm happy you're here along with my team and my love to do this and to be strong. All right, I love you guys. Stay up, stay blessed. I hope to see you soon. Deuces, and I'm